You like those cuts? Yeah,
There
I
you
took
go.
a cooking class a few times.
Yeah, that's nice. Do you cook?
You like that?
Hi, everybody. It's Katie Austin here, and welcome back to Austin AF. Today, I'm really excited because I have Austin Mills coming in studio, and he is so versatile, meaning he is a man, a jack of all trades, and he is not only a basketball player, he was a college athlete, but he is a host. He is a DJ now, crazy. You can see him at your LA local nightclub, and he does so many things like on YouTube, on social media. He does like trick shots and challenges. We actually did a video together just last week.
This is literally a full workout. Oh, and she made it.
He has the highest energy. He's so hardworking. I just want to hear how he got started in the industry and what it's like being surrounded by so many basketball players and his thoughts on YouTube and if you want to be, a host and all that kind of shit about social media and being an influencer as well and being like a guy in that space because it's so different than being a girl in that space. And I know that sounds sexist, but it's so true. And I think we'll dive a little bit deeper into that. But this weekend is Halloween. And if you guys are watching, I have a Halloween-inspired shirt on. My best friend, I saw her this morning, and she was like, "What the fuck are you wearing?" And I was like, "What? I'm doing like a little themed Halloween shirt here. It's like black and fuzzy." Anyways, I'll probably throw it away after this. But I thought it was cute for Halloween. I just want to say, fuck this holiday because I think it's so overrated. I literally hate, this sounds so negative, I'm really sorry, but I just hate Halloween, New Year's, Valentine's Day. I think it's really cute to have like a theme of like Halloween and Valentine's Day and New Year's. And, I'm literally like planning right now what I'm going to do for New Year's. And I think every year it's like, oh, what am I doing for Halloween? And I feel like I always have a set plan. And that's why I think it sucks so much because with all of these holidays, I don't even know if Halloween's a freaking holiday, but like Halloween, there's so many society pressures to dress up and look hot and be cute and take photos and have your makeup looking perfect. And New Year's, it's like the same shit. It's like there's so many expectations to be the best night. And with Halloween, especially like this weekend, there's literally like Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, all Halloween. Do we have to have different costumes every fucking night? So I'm actually excited. I'm going to be out of town for Halloween night on the Saturday, like everyone's big parties, because I feel like it like takes the pressure off of me trying to decide like what to be and what to do. I literally ordered a pink cowboy hat off Amazon last night to be like, well, if I have something, I guess I am a pink cowboy hat with who knows what the hell I'm wearing. I just think when there's expectations of like going out, it makes the night worse. And I think the best nights ever of going out are when it is unexpected and unplanned and being spontaneous. Literally the best memories and the most fun I've ever had is getting accidentally drunk. Have you guys ever gotten accidentally drunk before? Where you're like, we're just gonna go to brunch at 11 and then like it's gonna be a calm night where it's like a Sunday at like 4 and you're just like doing a happy hour with your friends and all of a sudden you're like literally blackout. That has happened to me so many times and it's the most fun. So that's why like Halloween, New Year's, whatever are just like so pre-planned that it's like hard to have fun because you're like supposed to have fun and you're supposed to fit in this mold that society tells you like either to dress funny or dress slutty. And I just hate it. I don't want to do anything. I never do. I didn't do anything on Halloween last year at all. I stayed in, literally drinking wine with me and one of my best friends, Victoria, and literally just us two. So that's what I did last year. I think every other year besides that, I've been a cat. Oh yes, a cat or Sandy from Greece one year. And so basically every fucking year I wear all black. I sound so morbid and so negative right now. I'm such a positive person, but that's why I don't like Halloween too, because it's just so pre-planned and it makes me like way too freaking anxious. And so if anyone else agrees with me out there, thank you. If you don't agree with me, I'm sorry. We can have our own opinions. And I know there's a lot of girls who like love to spend that time to get dressed up. It's just not me. If you know me, you know I don't spend the time to get dressed up. You can't take me nice places. So hope you guys understand. Now I am bringing in my good friend, Austin Mills. Mills on the track. And come on in, Austin. All right, you guys, I have Austin Mills in studio. What's up, Austin?
What's up? How are you?
Good. How are you? So we actually saw each other just last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing a collab video. Have you guys watched it yet? I played horse. End in your right hand.
and then makes the shot. H out. Okay. Ow!
Don't get down. I didn't beat him, but
It was a lot more active than I expected it to be. It turned into workout horse.
yes, that's what I like to do, obviously. And I actually watched the video for the first time this morning because I was out of town and I didn't have time to watch it. Even though it was wonderful. It was a wonderful video.
I haven't watched the video.
I just watched it this morning, and I didn't know the rules of horse, I guess.
Yeah, you didn't.
Really, really embarrassing.
Now you know.
Yeah. Well, I left that collab, by the way, with you and Caleb, and I was telling Emily, my assistant, I was like, they are the most energetic, awesome, kind guys. Like, you have amazing energy.
I don't know if I have more energy than you, though.
But
That's
you're
kind of hard
just,
to beat.
I know, but you're just like, I don't know, so high energy, so outgoing, so ambitious.
Thanks.
You are.
My mom always told me, be positive, be happy, no reason not to be. There's literally no time for negativity, and that's kind of how I live life. Just
I love that.
Always positive, at least try to be.
Do you drink coffee?
A little bit, not
Okay.
like a crazy amount. I get like jitters,
Yeah.
and then I can't sleep. I already have trouble sleeping as it is now. It's
How
a
many
little bit.
hours a night do you sleep?
Like 5, 6, probably.
Holy shit. I sleep like 8 or 9.
Oh no, I can't.
What?
I sleep at like 1 or 2, and then wake up at like 7, 8.
Okay, then how do you have so much
Sometimes 9.
energy?
I don't know. Why
It's
not?
just natural?
Yeah.
Sleep is a mindset,
Yeah.
everyone. Sleep is a mindset.
Maybe a 20-minute nap once in a while.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so on top of that, on top of your sleep routine, I want to know about your day-to-day routine because if you guys know Austin, you know that he is a multi-talented man. I'm fucking serious though. You
Very
do so many
curious what
things.
you were gonna say.
You do so many things, okay? You're like a social media star, you're a host, you're a DJ, and aren't you in commercial real estate too, or real estate?
Residential. Yeah.
Residential
Yeah,
real
yeah,
estate.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Day-to-day is very crazy.
Yeah.
I get that question a lot, and there is really no day-to-day. Every day is different, and like people will ask me to like, what are you doing next Thursday? I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. Like I
Yeah.
literally, usually it'll be like 1 or 2 days before, and I'll figure out kind of what I'm doing the next day. As of recently, a big focus has been YouTube because the YouTube channel has been crushing, and I've been doing YouTube for 6 years now. So I'm
Oh
like,
my gosh.
when is it gonna
Wow.
like turn the corner?
It's hard.
But yeah, I have my residential license. My mom is in real estate, so she basically told me if you have friends or whatever people that come into town that want to buy houses, let's do it together. So my mom and I do that together. I became a host after college. My senior year at Baylor, my basketball videos, kind of like that's when they went viral. So I started making more videos my senior year, and then the NBA slid in my DMs my senior year and asked me to come host for them.
Whoa.
So I've been doing that ever since. And on-camera stuff is like really my passion. That's what I ultimately want to do. Like I always say Ellen DeGeneres or Ryan Seacrest.
I heard you say on social media once you want to be Ryan Seacrest.
Yes, Ryan
Okay.
Seacrest is like the goal.
Okay.
And I don't know if people know this, but he produced like Kardashians and a bunch of other like big time shows. So he's not just a host, he's also a
Right.
producer. And then I've always been passionate about business. So I got into venture a couple of years
Jesus,
ago.
Austin.
Yeah, I'm trying to do everything. I mean, it's like, I feel like if you have your foot in the door in kind of like every avenue, you have to become successful in
In one of them.
a few of them.
So I agree and disagree with you.
Okay.
Because I feel like we are very similar in the sense where we get involved in a lot of different things and,
Right.
we have a lot of different like career paths and revenue streams probably because we have so many different passions, but sometimes you can't be successful in any of them because
Getting
you
lost
don't
in all of
you
them.
get lost in all of them and you can't give your like 110% in one avenue because you're spreading yourself too thin. Do you ever
Right.
feel that way?
Yes, there's definitely times where I'm like, shh, can I cuss on here? Like shit, I'm losing I'm
Yeah.
losing focus on one thing because of another thing.
Yeah.
Which has kind of been a little bit of what's been going on recently because I just took on advisory roles in like 4 startups this month. So
My
it's been a little
gosh.
crazy, but I like it. Like I'm all about just like if it's means I have to work all the time, I'm down for it. But the YouTube focus has been kind of fading a little as of recently just
Yeah.
because of all the startup stuff. But you try to like once you feel like you're losing that, you try to come back
Right.
to the other and put more time into that.
I feel like we're also so young too.
Right.
And so if you are going to get involved in so many different types
Right.
of careers, because you're not only doing a lot like in social media and stuff, but have so many different focuses. Like
Right.
that's really hard.
Right.
Like you're not only on TikTok and YouTube, but you're in like real estate. Like those are very vastly different. So I feel like when you're young to try these different career paths because you're going to realize what A, makes you a lot of money and what makes you happy.
I'm also the type of person where I feel like I always have to be doing something. So like at night sometimes I can't, it's hard for me to just like sit on the couch and like watch TV. I feel like I need to be doing something, which is kind of why I started doing the DJing stuff a little bit more as recently. Cause I'm like, why not just go DJ at night? You know, like I'm already up. I'm not really doing anything and I don't sleep anyway. So why not just go DJ anyway?
Okay, wait, let's talk about that for a second. You're DJing LA nightclubs now.
Well, okay. So
can the man do anymore?
There's a little backstory. I DJ'd in middle school and high school. I got a system for Christmas. That's what I asked for. And then I was doing like 2 parties a weekend.
Oh my God.
It was very hectic. And I loved it, but when basketball got serious, that was obviously my main focus. So stopped doing the DJing stuff and I really missed it. And with my social following, I just thought that it was a good idea to go and DJ events / host events using social.
Why not? I feel like you can like network and meet a lot of people that way.
Yeah, I mean, we did Hyde on Saturday night, which was amazing. We got a lot of compliments, did very well. And doing a party this week, and who knows what's going to happen for the holidays.
Yeah, so Austin actually texted me and is like, you're DJing actually when this episode airs tonight.
Ah, yes, tonight.
Yes, you're DJing tonight at the Peppermint Club. And when you texted me to come and the invite says like 10:30, I don't know who the fuck I am anymore. And I'm like, 10:30, make it to 10:30. And you're probably not even coming on until like midnight.
Like 11:30.
Yeah, no. Am I okay? I like the first thought is I want to go. Do you want to know what time I went to bed last night?
8:45.
8:45.
No way.
Swear to God.
My eyes wouldn't even be able to shut.
I went to bed at 8:45 and woke up at 5:45.
I would be counting sheep if I went to sleep at 8:45.
I'm a loser.
A lot of sheep.
COVID fucked me. Literally,
That's
COVID
crazy.
fucked me because I used to go out all the time. Like I used to see you out at Hyde and like, I don't know. The last time that I went out with you and Drew Hanlon, remember that was like a few Saturdays ago?
Yeah.
I went to bed so early. I literally had to go to bed at 12:30. I was like, good night, guys. And you guys, I think, stayed out and went to an after party probably. I can't do it.
The good news is you felt better in the morning than we did.
No, I probably didn't.
No.
Definitely not better than Drew. Sober ass.
That's true. That's true. If I had to stay sober and go out, I probably wouldn't go out.
Okay, so you go out a lot. Do you drink every time you go out?
Yes, but just like different amounts. Some nights less than others.
All right, so when you're DJing, are you drinking on the job?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. You have to. You can't be like sober and like.
Well, I know a lot of guys in nightlife who don't drink at all when they like work.
I don't know how they do it.
Me either. I could not be in a nightclub. Let me just say, I cannot be in a nightclub sober. If you've ever been to a nightclub sober, like an ounce, like 2 tequila shots deep is nothing to me. It's basically sober. You look around and you're like, this is the most pathetic thing in the entire world. I need to go. You see girls like, whose table can I go to? And I'm like, if I'm going to go, I need to be blind to all this bullshit in LA.
Right.
I cannot do it.
Well, there's also like, I hate cigarettes. Ugh. And when you're sober, you're like smelling the cigarettes. You're like, ugh, this place is disgusting. When you're not sober, you don't smell the cigarettes.
You're like, look at this is so much fun. I love it. Okay, let's get back to real estate because I want to know a little bit more. Your mom is actually very successful in Los Angeles.
Yes.
So you come from a very ambitious family, clearly.
Yes.
In a very like successful, wealthy family.
Right.
What made you want to be also very successful? Because I think sometimes it can go both ways. If you grow up with like, you know, very wealthy parents, you could be like, well, I already have this money, it's fine.
Right.
Or you can be like, I want to work 10 times harder.
Yeah, so, well, actually, when I was born and like kind of got a little bit older, my parents weren't that successful. They weren't really successful at the time yet. I have 3 older brothers and sisters, and we all lived in kind of like a smaller house in West Hollywood. So it was never like the level that they're at now. And I got to watch my parents grow and kind of like get to that level. So that was very inspiring. When I was a kid, my mom used to take my sister and like go door knocking and literally go door to door and try to get clients. Wow. So she wasn't like at this level when I was born. As I got older and kind of saw them grow, it inspired me. And my dad was always on me like, yo, you need to be doing this. You need to be making your own money. What, like if I wanted a pair of shoes, I had to go figure out how to get my pair of shoes. So I just always had that mindset of like, how can I, you know, like do things to get to that level. And people were always like, oh, when I was in high school and getting older, like, your mom's the GOAT, your mom's the GOAT. Like, are you going to take over? Are you going to take over? And that was the last thing I wanted to do. Like, I
Right.
heard so much about real estate. I was like, I don't want to be in real estate. I don't
Right.
want to like imagine being LeBron's son. You have to like
Live up to it.
try and be
Right.
LeBron. I don't want
Right.
to do that. I have no desire to do that. I do it now because I can do it with her. And I don't get to spend that much time with her. So I do a lot of that kind of for that reason, but
Right.
no plans of doing that for my career.
But it's cool because you actually have some, big name clients that you can bring through.
Yeah.
Have you ever sold a house to an NBA player?
Yeah, a few guys.
Can I know who?
Like, just kind of the close friends, like Domantas Sabonis and a few of the guys. But the biggest reason for me why I do it, honestly, is because the real estate industry in LA is very cutthroat and very savage. And some of these real estate agents will sell these guys anything, even if the house has problems. They'll just sell it to them because they want to make the sale.
No way.
Yeah. My mom is very well known for being like very loyal, very honest. She's told a ton of clients, like, don't buy this, don't buy that. Sometimes they don't buy anything, but that's like, we just actually, a YouTuber friend of mine was about to buy a house, $3.5 million, that I brought to the table. And my mom told him not to buy the house because it has problems, and he might never buy a house with us, but that's what she
Wow.
does.
You
Yeah.
have to be honest in those types of
course.
scenarios, especially in a field where everyone's so dirty.
Yeah.
And I haven't watched the show, but like Selling Sunset, is that like a correct representation of LA?
I don't really watch those shows too much. I actually like Jason and Brett, the two guys who are kind of like behind the show. They're very nice guys. I think a lot of the drama on those shows is kind of like fabricated, but
Yeah.
I'm sure the real estate for the most part is
good.
yeah.
Yeah. And how is it working with your mom?
Unreal. I always tell
Aw.
people this is the craziest story I've ever heard about my mom. Driving up the street one day, and my parents now live on the same street as this other woman I'm telling a story about. So we're driving up the street, and this woman is like, hey, kind of flags us down. It's me and my dad in the car. She's like, I just want to let you know, I tried to list my house with your wife like 7-8 years ago. And I was going to move into a condo, and your wife basically told me, don't sell it. It's going to be worth 3 times this in X amount of years. You're going to move into a condo. It's going to be more expensive. Don't sell the house. She said, my house is now worth like 6 times what it was going to sell for before, and I now put your mom in my will.
What?
Yeah, very crazy story.
Your mom is in her will.
Yes, like
And,
random. She was like an actress back in the day. I
Oh
don't
my
know her
God.
name because she's a lot older, but
Aw.
yeah.
That just shows you how good of a person your mom is.
Yeah, and like it's just like being loyal and honest like pays off,
Absolutely. I
Just
think
don't be
no
an
matter
asshole.
what industry you're in, if you're a good person to work with and you're loyal, it's kind of like also like my dad in his industry, obviously
Yes, very cutthroat.
basketball agents are
Same.
so dirty.
Yeah,
And since my dad is so honest, he is known for being the most honest guy.
amazing.
Like you get more clients that
Right.
way, usually in
Well, and
the
that's why
end.
he has the big dogs.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And you know what's also really, really cool? Hopefully you can agree with me on this, is that you saw your mom working so hard, and you
Right.
saw, a lot of the times if you grow up with successful parents, like this is just statistically, it's your father being successful, and you see the
Yes.
dad running the household. And I think it's really cool that we both grow up with like boss ass women.
Yeah.
And I think that is
100%.
it's like it's really different. It also makes you like respect women as like, a son. And it also just like a different type of societal vibe, because it's like, damn, my mom's a boss.
It's pretty crazy to watch her like hold her own in her business because she has to stand up for herself, and to hear her do that is so beast. It's so inspiring to hear her just like step on some, like people will literally try to like be so rude to her and say the craziest things to her, and sometimes it's not often because
Right.
she doesn't like to do it, but when she does do it, it's like, whoa, didn't even
Right?
know you had that in you.
It's so fucking dope when a woman is just so,
so sick.
successful. And also for you, not only like, you were born into that, but you actually were of the age to watch the success grow. So do you think that like helped inspire you to like try so many different businesses and be so ambitious?
Yeah, 100%. And now they're starting to do it too, which is cool. Like my dad has always been the guy that's like, he does development, so he's always built houses and done things for
Cool.
their other clients, but he's a big advocate of like pushing my mom's business. Like
Oh.
all he does is speak highly about my mom and talk about how big of a boss she is and how cool she is and all that stuff. So that has definitely carried over to me. But yeah, of course, like now they're in venture and doing other things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so I want to now kind of get into high school to college.
Okay.
So you played basketball in college.
Mhm.
You first went to Pepperdine, and then you transferred to
Baylor.
Baylor.
Mhm.
So did you want to stay close to home at first, and then why'd you transfer?
Yeah. So at a high school, I wanted to go to like UCLA, USC. That was like the dream school.
Fight on.
Yeah. Hate you for that. Didn't get offers from those schools. Got an offer to Pepperdine. I actually turned it down at the time because I wanted USC and UCLA. Ended up going back to Pepperdine because I didn't get those offers. So, but yeah, obviously wanted to stay home. I have a giant family. I have 7 nieces and nephews. So I wanted everyone to be able to like come to the games.
Yeah.
So yeah, staying close to home was the goal. And then once I got to Pepperdine, there's not like a huge basketball culture there. No one really comes to the games.
They're good though. They're not.
They're
you guys-
okay.
Yeah.
They're okay. They're a lot better now.
Yeah.
They go through waves.
Totally.
But yeah, it's just not the greatest experience there, so I just decided to leave, and that's when I got interest from Baylor.
What would you say is your biggest piece of advice for someone to get recruited?
It's honestly hard because I put up crazy numbers my senior year and still didn't get too highly recruited. I did a lot of like reaching out to coaches myself, and I think once you start to get some interest from any schools, then other schools are kind of like, why is he getting so much interest? So I went on like the school's websites and was emailing the coaches like my highlight tapes.
Crazy.
And, if there's something that you do in particular that might be special, like shooting was my thing, I would send videos of me just like shooting from deep.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So you put in the work on the back end.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Like you definitely have to do some outreach yourself. You can't just like have it all come to you. That's not, unless you're like a 5-star player, it's just not.
So did you reach out to Baylor or did they reach out to you?
So actually Baylor was a kind of a crazy story, and this is
Let's hear it.
like the definition of LA, but decided to leave Pepperdine, had nowhere to go, just decided I was going to leave.
Wait, so you were leaving, but you had no next step.
Right.
So you were dropping out of college.
No, I was going to play somewhere, but I just didn't have any like direct interest from anyone yet.
But you already quit. And
Not quit, I was transferring.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't know where you were transferring.
I didn't know where I was transferring.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew I was going to play somewhere, I just didn't know where yet. So I went and played pickup in LA at a pickup game that a lot of guys went to play at. And I was killing this day. Like Meta World Peace was on my team, and
Hell yeah.
there was another guy named Perry Jones who played in the NBA who went to Baylor. So kind of after the day ended, everyone was like, almost like, who are you type thing. I was playing very well. And so Perry Jones, who went to Baylor, came up to me and was like, where do you play? Where are you from? All this stuff. He's like, I'm going to call the Baylor coaches for you. I was like, whatever. I'm like, sure. Next day, Baylor coaches call me. We want to fly you out for a visit. I was like, whoa.
Oh my God.
Flew out for the visit. I actually scheduled a couple other visits because I had a little more interest at the time. So I took a visit to Oregon State, Baylor, and I was supposed to go to Maryland, but I didn't end up going to Maryland because I just committed to Baylor.
And how many years were you at Baylor for?
2.
Okay, so 2 and 2.
Yeah, 2 and 2.
And did you enjoy your experience at Baylor?
Yeah, it was really fun.
Did you play, start?
I played a lot my junior year. My senior year, I didn't play as much.
Okay.
We went to 2 NCAA tournaments while I was there, so very crazy
Nice.
experience. And also, it was like Texas is a very like sports-driven
Yes.
state, so basketball was insane in Texas.
And Baylor's always usually a really good school at basketball.
Yeah, we've been pretty good.
Yeah.
We won the national championship this past year.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay, so I actually want to talk to you about NIL and how much you would have benefited being a college athlete, being able to get paid for your name, image, likeness on social media.
Right. Well, okay, so pre-social media, not at all, because I just wasn't that big of a name just for basketball purposes. With social media, it would have been very dope, especially because I mean, like when we were that age, like social wasn't really a thing.
No,
like no
not
one
at
was
all.
really. I was getting followers, but I was like, it's just cool. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't a business. No one was doing it as a
No,
business
no,
at the
no.
time. I wish I knew it was going to be a business because I would have 10x'd. So a little secret. Not that many people know this. When I was making my videos at Baylor, I was like making these basketball videos. I noticed this account reposted my stuff. They were like a house of highlights at the time. They're called Dunk. They have a couple million now.
Cool.
So I noticed they reposted my video, and I got like 3,000 or 4,000 followers from one repost, which
Wow.
is at the time,
lot.
yeah, that doesn't happen anymore. And so I messaged them, and I was like, "Yo, how much to like post another video?" He's like, $50. Like you're in college, you're like, "Oh, $50. Okay, I can do that a few times." So I did it a couple times, and definitely
Amazing.
gained a lot. Had I known this was going to be the world today, I would have given him $20,000. Like,
right? Holy shit.
would have figured it out and given him 20 grand. I'd have 8 million followers today.
Oh my gosh.
So that was kind of like
So
my little
smart.
back door. I got a couple of videos reposted, and that's.
By the way, that would be 10 grand today.
Oh, 100%.
For like House of Highlights.
Minimum. Oh my God.
No, way more than 10
yeah,
grand.
yeah. If you were going to pay,
50
yeah,
grand.
100%.
$50?
And the conversion would not be, you would get a couple hundred followers.
Yeah, when people like major accounts like post to me, I really don't get that many followers
No, it's
anymore.
not.
Yeah.
Luke Kennard and I did, I don't know if you saw, we did a shooting
did.
video recently,
Yeah.
and House Highlights reposted, I got like 1,000. That was
Yeah.
like the most. But that went like pretty crazy, and that was like the most.
And that's with a real NBA player,
And
too.
that was with
It's really crazy because you said earlier when I asked you about like name, image, likeness in college, you were like, well, I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't have benefited off that much because I wasn't a big name in basketball. But that is the exact reason that this shit is so cool, because you can be a social media star and not like you don't have to be the best on the team. It's actually almost better to not be the best on the team because there's like less pressure and you can have more time to like focus on social media because that will make you more money in turn. But like that's why if you guys are in college and you're a college athlete, like I feel like I could have benefited so much off it because I was a college athlete too. And it's so funny because I remember one girl on our team started doing YouTube videos and she got suspended for like 3 games.
Did you see that whole thing with that kid destroying?
No.
So there's a kid that makes football videos, and he was doing football videos in college, and I don't know what happened. They kicked him off the team, or he got suspended or something. He's got like millions now. The kid he's printing money on YouTube, but he basically had to quit playing football to pursue his YouTube career because he was killing it.
Oh,
and he's still killing
my gosh. And as he should, too. By the way, if people don't think there's more money in like social media than football, there's a lot more money in social media than football.
If you do it right.
If you're like freaking 7th string, let's be real. Like it's very hard to be the like starting whatever.
Yes. There's very few guys.
It's very few. I just think it's so crazy like how many college athletes could have made so much money if you like.
Well, it's also cool now. You can talk to agents. You can like talk to brands. Adidas can now talk to all these kids directly while they're in college. Like,
do you think it's smart? Like, do you think so people argue obviously that like if you are say a Bryce Young, okay, at Alabama QB, basically, do you think it's smart if he focuses time on social media?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, these guys are on their phones anyway. They're like doing other things anyway. You're not playing football all the time. I'm a big believer in like building the brand. I always tell like my NBA friends, like you guys should be posting, you should be doing these things like to get 15 grand for a post, 20 grand for a post just on the side. That's paying for your nights out. That's paying for your dinners. That's paying for your, just like, yes, you're making great money, but if you can just make a side hustle on social that takes you not that much time, because when you're on that level, you're getting followers anyway. You're like getting engagement, but brands can't see you, fans can't see you if you're not posting, if you're not engaging.
That's such a good point too, how you just said you tell NBA players. So it goes past the point of like college or whatever. It's like NBA players and professional athletes to have a social media following is huge.
Of course.
And it really doesn't take that much because all they want to see is literally you talking to camera, be like, hey guys, what's up? Like 15 seconds. Like you don't have to put in the effort that us two are putting in at all. So do you ever like consult NBA players on this kind of stuff too?
That's when I was first right out of college and growing my social, I had a couple guys' accounts on my phones and I was running their accounts.
No way.
Because they wouldn't post. And I was like, dude, you have to post.
So what the hell would you post for them?
Like game day photos, and like I would make them send me stuff with like their kids or like just some like behind the scenes stuff because that's what people want to see.
Yeah.
And I had already had the connections to the brands because of my own stuff, so I would get them some brand deals, which, once they saw that stuff coming in, then they're like, okay, I get it.
Did you also write the captions for them?
Yeah.
What were the captions?
I mean,
love my fresh kicks of the day.
Not that. Definitely not that.
Could you imagine me running a basketball player's account?
I cannot.
Like, hey guys, 5 million exclamation
You
points.
would be
Love my cup
fired.
of coffee today.
You would be fired. Which actually I just found out is a job. This is the craziest job of all time. I know some girls that run OnlyFans accounts for OnlyFans girls, and they're like responding to comments and like people think it's like the girls on OnlyFans, but it's like actually someone running their account on the back end. Yeah.
These OnlyFans girls are like way too busy and famous.
Oh, way too busy.
Way too famous to just comment back.
Way too famous.
I feel like if you are paying for something, that's different because if you're paying to talk to someone, it should probably be them, right?
Yeah, but I mean, what they don't know won't kill them.
That's very, very true.
You probably think it's them.
Oh, man. Okay, so going back to your time management, we need to break this down a little bit more. I know you said every single day is different, but because you are focused on so many different things, is there any like tips or anything that you do day to day to help you focus?
No, I wish I had tips. Honestly, I have 0 tips, and I wish I had more tips because it's so scattered. Honestly, it's like so all over the place. Some days I wake up at 8, some days I wake up at 9, some days I work out in the morning, some days I have games at night. Like it's just kind of very sporadic. The other thing is it's tough to schedule YouTube because a lot of my YouTube videos are collabs. And it's like, if when we did our video, if you couldn't do Monday or you text me Monday night, you're like, let's do tomorrow morning, then I have to do tomorrow morning and change other stuff around. So honestly, I don't really have tips. I'm trying to plan stuff out earlier than later, which obviously would be a tip.
Stop right there. Let's figure this out right here. Let's do a little intervention. You need some time management help.
Here's the number one thing I would say actually is to try and find a space outside of your house to do work. That's at least for me personally, because when I'm home, there's so many distractions around the house. So if you can find a space, I mean, for me, I would like go to Soho House or go to a coffee shop or something just to get out of my house and get into like a work element.
So LA of you. I just go to Soho House. Yeah, me too. Fuck, like shit. Yeah, you just run over to Soho House real quick to work. Like,
I live 5 minutes away. It's okay. It's the easiest thing.
So the reason I think also you stay home so much is because you just built a freaking dope ass court. Yeah. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, so I ended up getting a place with a couple of my buddies, and I had this space that was a piece of dirt. And obviously, in my world, basketball, anything helps me. So we poured some concrete, and I got an artist to come do a mural, and I had some companies send me some basketball hoops, and we built a court in the backyard. So anytime I want to make YouTube videos, if I can't do it indoor, because that's where I prefer to do it, we do it on the court. And the idea of it was to have a sick mural, which shout out to Troy because he crushed it. And when we posted the court, it went absolutely, I mean, like House Highlight Sports Center, like every single outlet picked it up because the artist just went crazy.
You guys, if you guys are just listening on a podcast, you guys got to go to Austin Mills' Instagram. We'll also just like superimpose a photo right here, but like it's a freaking sick ass court. We did our collab there. It's right here. And so, make sure to check that out. Just a side note. Do any NBA players come and work out on that court or stay at your house?
No, because it's outdoors. Like I'd like to do a lot of the videos indoor because no one really likes to play outside.
Got it.
Unless you're like doing things like horse or things that aren't like taxing on the body.
Excuse me? Did you just say our horse wasn't taxing on the body?
Was it?
We did a full-on workout, Austin. What the heck?
Katie couldn't do push-ups anymore. I was
Fuck off. Shh, I can do push-ups.
A little worried.
Okay, so we're now going to go into a segment called Mood Boosting Mantra. And basically this is where you say like a mantra that like rings true. It could be like one motto, 2 mottos, whatever like kind of gets you through. Like you're such a hard worker, you're so inspiring, you're so ambitious. Do you have any like mantras that get you through the day, anything mental health related?
I think honestly it just goes back to kind of what we were talking about earlier, just like the be nice to everyone, have a positive attitude. Because if you're always happy, always positive, when I find myself like not being positive is when I get really down on myself and I'm like, why is this not happening? Why are these things going bad? But when I do keep that positive mentality, it's like, okay, this is coming, the next thing's coming. You're looking forward instead of kind of looking backwards. And my mom always says like, just be nice to everyone, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know who that person is. You never know. My mom like talks to everyone because, you walk into a drugstore, you could get a client from a drugstore. So like you never know who you're going to talk to and you never know whose life you're going to like impact.
I absolutely love that. I think it's so true. Also, a lot of people say that, like, be kind and stuff. And I've like listened to some people's podcasts and I've interacted with really like not nice people. And they're like, always just be kind. You guys, Austin, you have an amazing rep for being kind. You do. You really do. I just saw someone last week and that person was like, oh, I saw you did a collab with Austin. I know him from high school. She was like, isn't he the nicest? And we were just talking about how kind you are.
Oh, I appreciate that.
And so like you really do live up to that. And you know how like some people in LA don't live up to that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure
Definitely.
you know. So,
but it's also like, I would say two things about that.
Okay.
A, obviously, and not to talk about death, but when you die, the only thing that's left is like who you were as a person.
Right.
And B, there have been times in my life where I'm so surprised where I'm like, I just say hi to someone and it'll come back to you where it's like, you changed my day, or like I was very sad about this and you saying hi or you smiling, but like to be able to have an impact on someone like that by just saying hi,
it's crazy.
It's so easy. Like,
it's so
why not?
easy. It doesn't take anything to be a nice person whatsoever. And like your energy just like definitely radiates. Do you have any issues basically with people in LA being super LA? And I say that in quotes because you were born and raised here, right?
Yeah.
And my friends, when they come to visit, they're always like, I couldn't live here. These people, blah, blah, blah. Do you have anything to say on that?
I think a lot of the people that come here and are like meet people that are like LA for the most part are not people that are from here. It's like people that move here and then act LA.
It's like every pageant queen, every most popular girl in high school, I feel like moves here, and every single person who moves here wants to be in like the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
So it like gets a really bad rep. But honestly, the more that you're confident in yourself, the easier LA is.
Yeah, a lot of my friends that I grew up with here are not like that literally at all. Like I have a friend group of like 15 best friends that we've been friends since kindergarten. Just because they're good people. Like
Right.
they don't care about, honestly, they're the least like sceney. They don't even like going to Hyde. They like going to house party. They don't like all that stuff. I'm the one that likes all that stuff.
I'm like, you couldn't get more LA than Hyde. Let's
I'm
be
a very
real.
LA person. I love I love
are.
restaurants, clubs. I love all that stuff. But
You are very LA.
that's just because I'm social. I like seeing people. I like
Right. And that's the thing. Like you're a walking example of how you can be very LA,
Yeah.
but still carry yourself with a lot of kindness
Yeah.
and not be in quotes LA.
I also try to give people the benefit of the doubt and like understand their situation and understand
Totally.
like, you know, some people came from small towns, they moved to LA, they become pop and YouTubers, whatever it is.
Right.
And their mentality changes a little bit. I get it.
Yeah.
I personally would never be like that, but I get it. It's, you know, stuff changes, people change.
Yeah.
And I always try to give them the benefit of the doubt, maybe too much, but that's,
What are your top 3 restaurants in LA? Go.
oh God, that's really hard. I feel like
Don't
you have
say
to
it.
include Nobu Malibu just
Okay,
because of
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
vibe and the scene and everything,
like-
and the food's amazing.
On the edge of my seat if you're about to say the thing that I'm keep going, sorry.
It's such a hard question. I'd probably say Felix is up there.
Oh, yes, of course.
Insane, fresh homemade pasta, and then oh God, third. I think I gotta go Marvin. Have you been to
Okay,
Marvin?
no, I haven't.
Marvin's amazing. One of the best bolognese in town.
Oh, I gotta
Yeah.
go. Okay, so I was on the edge
Thought I
of
was
my
gonna
seat.
say like Catch or Craig's or one of those.
I was on the edge of my seat because if you said Craig's, I would actually kick you out of the studio.
Listen,
because
those are
great
great
vibe.
places to see people.
great vibe,
Yeah.
great places to see. I went for the first time 2 weeks ago.
No way.
For yeah.
Oh, for the
Ben's
birthday.
girlfriend.
Yeah, that's right.
So basically, I went for the first time 2 weeks ago, and everyone talks about Craig's in LA. Like literally every celebrity and influencer goes there. I think they clearly just go to be seen. I didn't get one thing. I got 4 things, okay? Literally, because I was splitting with like 2 other girls. So I tried up to 4 things, and every single fucking thing was a piece of shit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was bad food. I was like, why am I eating this? Why am I paying for this? This is so bad.
You might have had a bad night. I like the food. It's just not like it's not in my top 3, but I do like the food.
I would rather go to Chick-fil-A. Anyways,
Are you vegan?
No, God,
You
no,
eat everything.
I eat everything.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
you have the pigs in a blanket?
I have had that, and it was decent.
They're fire.
The
It's the best
sau-
pigs in a blanket
Yeah,
you've ever
I
had.
actually just doused it in a sauce, so I wouldn't even know.
Okay, got it.
I'm a sauce girl.
So I like the food. Like same as Catch. I really like the food at Catch, but it's just not my favorite.
Catch is incredible.
Okay.
Catch is not overrated in any
Okay,
way.
good,
Catch
good,
is
good.
amazing.
Okay, good.
Craig's overrated. I'm very sorry. Okay, well, speaking of food, I've actually stalked your Instagram.
Okay.
Just stalking you all the
It's not-
time.
it's
It's fine. So basically, you
Stalkers
actually
too.
have a food page and a food
Yes.
highlight.
Well, I used to. I
Is-
lost the password.
Okay, but you're still
yeah,
like, love food.
Love, obsessed with food.
Yes. So I saw that you loved acai bowls,
Yeah. Yes.
and so I thought, let's make one right here. Are
We
you
can
hungry?
make one. It's not gonna be as good as backyard bowls, but we can
Oh,
make
I've never
one.
had backyard
number
bowls.
one by far.
Let's make this. So
All
acai bowls actually have a lot more sugar than you would think.
Natural sugar.
Are you?
Oh, am I grabbing this?
What are
you
you
didn't
gonna do?
prep me on
Just
this.
Sit there. No, I'm kidding. So we have. Oh, this looks
Wait,
so freaking good.
It's natural sugar's okay,
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Right?
But can I just tell you something? So, a fun fact about
Should
me.
I not be eating these?
No, are you kidding me? They're so healthy and good for you.
Okay,
but I
good.
will say the portion size on usually acai bowls are so much because in college I would go to an acai place every morning thinking it's like the healthiest thing ever, and
A lot of people do.
I gained so much weight because I would have like an insane, massive acai bowl, like literally like
What's so much weight?
okay, well,
It's like 3 pounds. I gained so much.
yeah, probably.
Wow, cashew butter? I don't think I've ever had
Ooh,
that.
look at this.
Interesting color.
All right, so
And almond? No peanut, huh?
what's your
We
favorite?
like peanut butter or too fattening?
Oh my God, I eat everything, Austin. I'm not
Okay.
like that. I'm just saying, like, sometimes people think acai bowls are like really healthy, and they're like not as healthy as you think they are.
These
I
are
just wanna say
cacao
that.
nibs?
Sure. Yes.
Chocolate chips, that's pushing it.
Ooh, I don't know if my sugar intake can handle
Yeah.
that. I'm kidding you.
No, we're
guys.
trying to keep it healthy, no?
All right. Well, what do you put on your acai bowls usually?
Basically everything here. Granola,
Hell
cacao
yeah.
nibs,
All right.
almond butter.
Would you like to Would you like to top yourself off?
No. Yeah. You can do the almond butter.
Okay.
Oh, bananas too?
Yeah, cut them on up.
I don't really do. You do blueberries? I don't really do blueberries.
We don't have to do
can,
blueberries.
but I don't really prefer it. Oh, this is one of those like sneaky sharp knives. You know,
All right.
what are they called again?
Sneaky sharp knife.
Yeah, there it is. You like those cuts? Yeah, I took a cooking class a few times.
Yeah, that's nice. Do you cook?
You like that?
You're never welcome back, everyone. Austin just fucked it up.
Sorry, there goes the coconut.
The mic found the coconut. I like chocolate chips.
Wow.
I know. I'm so fucking wild.
Katie
today,
Austin
guys.
is fake news. She's not that healthy.
Oh, I'm not at all.
Oh, really?
People think
you
I'm
tell
like
people that?
People literally think I'm a healthy and healthy.
Is this all the peanut butter I get?
Sorry, it was hard. It was an act of love. It was a labor of
Clearly
love. I couldn't
never
do it.
worked at a smoothie place before. What's your favorite?
Actually, I have what?
Have you?
Yeah.
Did you make acai bowl?
No, I
hope
made
not.
milkshakes growing up. That was my job. What were you gonna say? What's my
Milkshakes at
favorite
a
food?
Smoothie place?
What were you gonna
What
ask me?
milkshake place?
It's called Surfside Grill in Torrance Beach.
What's your favorite? What's like your go-to like acai smoothie place?
I don't fuck with acai.
What? You're eating it?
No, I actually don't.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Why? Because you got so fat in college?
Imagine.
Just obese in college?
No, I just don't really care to eat my bowls. I like to drink my smoothies. Like I'm all
Okay.
about sipping out of a straw. I love to suck, and so usually I like to sip my smoothies. I don't like to eat my smoothies.
From where?
The bowl.
No.
Oh.
What place?
Oh, my favorite is Sun Life. Sun Life.
Okay, I knew you were going to say that.
And it cost a whopping $16 for one smoothie. It's crazy. It's really crazy.
Yeah.
So usually I like to make my own smoothies.
Wow, it's good.
Yeah. All right. Back to the show. This one's called No Filter, our segment. And I want to know, what is the craziest story that you've had with an NBA player? It could be anything. I know you're thinking of something. So
could have
Austin
prepared me for these questions. I have
Austin
to
is
think of them
surrounded
off the
by a
top of my
lot.
head.
Austin's surrounded by a lot of
Jeez.
NBA players. He like travels with them. He parties with them. He's seen a lot of shit. So tell us a story. The dirtiest, naughtiest story.
All right, this isn't that dirty or that naughty, but it's really funny.
Okay,
It's a really funny story. All right, so I went to Cabo All-Star break one year
Okay.
with a couple of basketball guys.
Who?
Chandler Parsons and Blake Griffin, and Clarkson was there. He didn't come with us, but he was there. And actually Draymond, a lot of people were in Cabo at the time. So we go to this restaurant on the beach in
Slight
Cabo.
names.
Where basically it's on the sand and everyone kind of having a good time. Everyone kind of drinks at the tables. And Blake and Chandler kind of saw this girl as they were walking back to the table. And obviously Chandler gets
He's bad.
used to get every girl in the
Yeah.
world. He's now about to get married, but has been with crazy big names, beautiful women. Same with Blake. And so they kind of run into this girl, and she looks at them and she goes, "Are you guys sitting with Austin Mills?"
Stop.
And Blake and Chandler were kind of looked at each other and they were like, "Wait, what?"
No,
Blake's like, "I'm an all-star." Chandler's like, "I'm an all-star."
And hot guys.
I'm
too.
worth $100 million. He's probably worth $100 at the time. I'm sorry. It actually turns out that my friend told her that I was there with basketball players, so that's why she asked. It wasn't like, "Oh my God, are you with
did you
him?"
know her?
Recognized me. No, I didn't know who she was. But really funny that she asked for me. They were literally, they tell the story to today. They're like, we're still shocked.
And they probably were like, "Austin, can we hang out with
I
you
don't
more?"
even know if they knew that my friend.
That's so
I don't know
funny.
if I've admitted that.
It's like, no, I didn't even pay this girl to ask me. This reminds me of the first time, back to me here, but this reminds me.
I thought this was about me.
The first time that I went on a date with my boyfriend now,
Okay.
I swear to God, the
God.
hostess sitting us, and this barely happens to me. The hostess, she was taking us to her seat, and I was like, "Hi, here." He was like, "Here for lane party of 2, whatever." He made the reservation, and the hostess was walking to the table, and she turns, and as soon as she sits us, she's like, "Are you Katie Austin? I'm your biggest fan. I love you so much. Can we get a photo?"
How much did you pay her?
And I literally was like, I didn't even pay this girl. And Lane, my boyfriend, was like, "Does this happen often?" And I'm like, kind of. Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Either the guy could be like, "Oh God, I want no part of this," or this is so tight.
I don't know
I
at
need
all,
her.
but like it was dope that it was like a girl being like, I do your
Right.
workouts, not like a guy being like,
Right.
oh, like, no.
Well, I always tell people, because people ask me that, like, do you get recognized? And I always say, like, if it's in my setting, like, if it's maybe in, like, Beverly Hills where, you know, I went to
Right.
school with kids or whatever, or, like, I'm at a basketball game, then people will recognize me. But if it's just, like, in the middle of, like,
Yeah.
a club or something, no one's going to be like, oh, my God, it's Austin Mills.
Yes,
But if
they
I go to
also-
a basketball game and that's my audience,
Totally.
I'll definitely have people come up to me, especially kids.
And if you're also with NBA players.
Right. Well,
I have another question.
Yeah.
Do you see these NBA players cheating a lot?
No, never.
Okay. You know who's your friend is really bad? Chandler Parsons. Sorry, I have to say it, but
No, he's married.
maybe not anymore. I don't
Yeah.
know, but like back in the day, he was bad. I
don't know about
I've never
back in
met
the
the
day.
guy in my entire life, but I've just heard some stories about him.
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, and I've also heard some stories about some other players. I wish I could say so much right now. All right, do you have any last words?
I plead the fifth.
AKA, he's seen a lot of bad
No,
shit go
seen
down.
nothing.
But you know what? That's okay. Is it? Thanks you so much, Austin.
of
Where
course.
can we find you?
At Austin J Mills on Instagram and Twitter and Snapchat. Austin Mills on YouTube.
Amazing. I will see you guys next week.